Good afternoon, everyone. It's Amy Taylor with Lulu Bean Designs, and oh, it's giving me a little pop-up I didn't think it would give me to share with the group. Awesome. Okay. This is episode 2 of a new line of videos that I'm going to be doing called File Feature Friday, and I'm going to be going live every Friday for y'all. Sharing one of the files from my Etsy shop, and I'm going to be putting it all together and painting it and making it for you. Typically these are going to be at noon on Fridays. There may be an occasional day that I can't go live, but I'm going to try to do this every Friday. Hello everyone. If you are coming in and watching, please tell me where you're watching from and what you're doing today. If you're doing any fun crafting, if you're making any laser projects, anything like that, and just let me know a little bit about yourself. Welcome. Yay, I'm so glad I've got some people watching. Okay, so if y'all are in the Glowforge File Sharers Facebook group, this video will be shared over there as well, but I decided that I'm going to actually broadcast from my business page because it just, Facebook is just different about how they allow you to do certain things in different places. And oh, and of course I forgot to turn off my notifications. So I'm able to do a lot more from my business page as far as videos go. And I don't know if this camera angle is going to work. I've messed around with it so many times, but I'm going to see how this goes today. And just let me know if you can see everything. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing since I'm a little bit closer and I'm doing like a vertical instead of a horizontal layout today. So, hey Regina, how are you? Hey Heather, welcome. Thanks for watching, everybody. Okay, so this file, oh, you know what? Let me refresh my screen and pin a comment with the file linked if it will let me do that. It didn't let me do it last time and I don't know why. So bear with me for just a minute. Good morning, April, Margie, Heather. Hope I'm saying y'all's names correctly. Okay, I'm going to... I'm going to link the file. And then let me see if it will let me pin it. No. I don't know why I have that problem. If any of y'all have a business Facebook page and you know how to pin a comment during your live, will you please comment and let me know? Thank you, Regina. Yeah, I have my Valentine shirt on that matches my file. This is my inspiration for this file. Can you tell? So anyway, I'm sorry. I don't mean to like dawdle on technicalities over here, but I don't know why I can't pin a comment on my lives, and it drives me crazy because I see everyone else doing it. So anyway, I have a VA now. I actually hired a VA yesterday, so I will ask her and see if she can figure that out because that is not my strong suit, figuring out all the technology side of things. Okay, so this project this week is obviously a Valentine's project. I love anything holiday related. So I've already cut everything out. Let me show you what we have. This is the backer. So this is going to be a door hanger, or you could hang it inside on your wall if you want to. And it measures about 18 inches on both sides. It's about the same, tall as it is wide. And then I went ahead and did 2 holes in the top, and those are included in the file as well as the shiplap lines, which I do as an engrave because I want those to be, you probably can't tell in the video, but they're actually like cut out. And this is whiteboard. This is, have any of y'all used whiteboard yet? Sorry. And I probably should flip the video because I'm going to be backwards, but I'll flip it at the end because it always throws me off. So I'm in selfie mode. So if anything is, like if the word love is backwards for y'all, that's why. Okay. So anyway, this is whiteboard. So if y'all have used whiteboard before, it comes, with chalkboard on one side and whiteboard on the other. It's glossy. It is, I think it's like between an 1/8 inch thick and 1/4 inch thick. I love it. I get it at either Lowe's or Home Depot, and it's super inexpensive. And Home Depot has a version that they sell that is like the exact size of my laser bed, because my laser bed is 2 feet by 3 feet. So it's that size and it fits perfectly in there, and I don't have to trim it down or anything. So that's really cool, because normally I have to trim my wood down because I buy big sheets of wood for my laser. Yeah, Vanessa, the shine is really pretty on it, and it just cuts like butter, and it just is the easiest thing ever. Like once you get it and start working with it, it's so easy. April, I had issues too. I had to really tweak it. I found that, now I don't have a Glowforge. I don't know what kind of laser you have, but I found that it was like a real, I can't remember what I cut it at off the top of my head, but it was like a very specific power and speed that I had to get it set at before it just cut perfectly. And it was like you go a little bit up or a little bit down, and it wasn't doing right. So I finally found like the perfect you know, settings for it. Okay, so that's all cut out. And then I've cut out the second layer out of the same thing, but I'm going to use the black chalkboard side. Okay, so that's just the black circle, and that's going to go in the middle. And then this is the heart and the lettering, which is all in pieces here. So it's like you've got your heart cut out, and then you've got your word love. And so here's the deal with this, y'all. And I'm, you know, I always try to let y'all see like all my boo-boos and everything. Because I almost redid this, and then I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and show y'all. So basically I cut this all out, and I came in here and I was like, wait, I threw all these little pieces away, and I was like, hold on. I'm like, I need to paint those too. That's part of the heart. So I went out and I had to cut it again because they were in the trash and I couldn't find them. But anyway, so you're going to want these little pieces, but ideally what you would probably want to do is you would probably want to paint your wood first. This is 1/4 inch, but I'm sorry, not 1/4 inch. This is 1/8 inch, by the way. This is 1/8 inch birch. Cassandra, I have a Thunder laser, and it is the 35 inch bed, and it's 100 watt. So anyway, what you probably should do is to paint your wood first and then cut it. But the thing is, I'm going to do the love in a different color, and I also was going to make it easy and just do the heart like pink, but then I decided I don't want to just do that. I want to make it like an ombre pink. So that probably would have been ideally done before I cut the wood, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and just work with what I have here. So I'm going to attempt to do this ombre pink with it already cut. So it's kind of, it might end up being a little bit of a hot mess, but I'm not worried about the love being in there, because I decided, originally I was going to paint the word love gold. And then I decided, you know, y'all, I love glitter cardstock. I used it in my last video, and so I did it again. I cut out the word love out of gold glitter cardstock, and if you can just see how pretty and sparkly that is, I just love it. It's just so pretty. And so I decided that I was going to do that, and I'm going to Mod Podge that on. So it doesn't matter if we get paint on the word love in the meantime, because we're going to cover it up with this, so it'll be fine. So anyway, if you have any questions, just feel free to let me know. I will try to watch while I'm doing all this. So I think what I'm going to do is, I'm trying to think what I should do first. I think I'm going to set the backer aside for a moment and go ahead and, I think I'm going to go ahead and attach this, because I think I can do it without getting paint on it. I really need the heart not to move. So, hey Amy, how are you? I did cut the cardstock, Vanessa, on my laser. It cuts cardstock so beautifully. I mean, it just, you know, is like the easiest thing. I mean, you know, of course it cuts wood. I mean, cardstock's nothing for a laser machine, but like, it's just amazing when you figure out all the things that you can cut with your laser. It's just so eye-opening, and it's so much fun. So, can you take the back on the heart and love to keep the pieces from from moving when painting. Like a backer that has the whole heart and the word. You could. It's not in the file. I don't have the file set up like that, but I could make that and add it to the listing. But I really wanted the word love completely cut out and like, you know, sitting in like a puzzle piece. So yeah, you could do that. There's several ways you could do it, but I'm just going to work with what I have, and it, you know, per my usual, it's probably going to be a hot mess, but we'll just go ahead and get started because I'm dawdling and all that. Okay, so I think I'm going to glue this on to the backer, the backer first. Let's do that. I'm going to use my quick drying glue, my Stick Fast. This is just Stick Fast thick glue. And if you guys want a link to any of the supplies that I use, they're on my website. I have like a favorite supply list on my website. So you can go over there. It's linked on my Facebook page, but it's lulubeandesigns.com. And this glue is one of the supplies that that I have linked over there. Okay, so I'm just going to hold this down for a moment. I'll read some of your comments while that's drying. It dries really fast, but I want it to be flat on here. You meant to help me when painting. Yeah, that's why, Melissa, that's why I'm attaching it down. I think that's what you mean. Goodness, sounds like somebody's squealing their wheels outside. Have you used the 3M tape? Yes. I have used the 3M tape like one time, but I have a bunch of it and I just forget about it. And I don't know, y'all, I don't like to paint before I cut, and you kind of need to know exactly where to put that tape before you cut. And I never know exactly. You know, I feel like I'm going to put it in the wrong place. I guess I could just take one board and just, you know, put the 3M tape on the whole thing and then cut it out and just, you know. But I typically, if I'm cutting things like this, excuse me, this out, I'm using scraps. So I just forget to pull out that, that 3M stuff. All right, I'm going to do the love word next. I hope I don't totally screw this up by attaching it down first, but you know, it'll be all right. Again, it's just like last time when I was live. This is not something I'm selling, so I usually don't, I'm usually not selling any of the things that I'm making during my lives because I'm just using them as like examples. So if they're not perfect, they're just going to hang in my house and go on my door. Because sometimes, I don't know if any of y'all do lives, but when you're live, things happen and things are just not perfect and you can't improvise as quickly. So my camera is slowly like sliding down. So I feel like my head's cut off. There we go. All right. So I could always, if it turns out good, I could always maybe give it as a gift. But I'm not planning on selling this piece. You were scared to use the 3M tape, but it works great. Yeah, I have a good amount of it. I have, you know, like a few sheets of it that I could use. I didn't get a whole roll yet because I just wanted to play with it. And then it's one of those things, you know, you order something and then you forget you have it and you put it aside. I don't know that I even know where it is, but I have to find it and pull it out and play with it. Okay. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just attach this so we can get these pieces down here and get them painted. So what's everybody doing today? Are you guys making anything fun? Doing any Valentine's Day projects? Working on orders? Comment and tell me what kind of laser you have. Let me know if you guys are predominantly like Glowforge users or if you have a different type of machine. And let me know if you are just like you do it for a hobby or if you sell things. And then I've just got these little pieces. I'm not worried about, you probably can't even see this, but I'm not worried about the little tiny piece in the V because it's so tiny that it just fell. Can't even see if that has glue on it or not. I need better lighting. I've ordered a better light for in here. Now I have too much glue on it. I'm gonna glue my fingers to my project. Hold on. I don't want that big blob of glue on there. Lord, I'm going to end up gluing stuff I don't want to be gluing. Get in there. Little piece. I see a lot of Glowforge. The glue, Melissa, that I'm using, is it good for the sun? I guess I could put my glue in here. Yeah, I've never had a problem with it. I use it on door hangers all the time, and I've never had a problem with it in the sun. But now I would not set this door hanger out unless you have like a covered area, because my friend Joy and I were just talking about this the other day. She has a Glowforge, and we love this whiteboard, but this whiteboard is an MDF core. So the sides are exposed, and then the grooves, when you do the shiplap lines, those are exposed. And if any moisture gets in that, you don't want that outside. So I would probably I have a covered porch, so I would hang it on my door, but I would tell somebody, don't hang it outside where it's going to be exposed. I wouldn't think that would do well. So I'm sorry, my mother-in-law just tried to call me. I have to call her back in a minute. All right, so we're going to attempt this ombre pattern, y'all. We'll see how this goes. So I've got 3 colors here. These are Deco Art Americana paint. This is baby pink. And then I have carousel pink. And this one is royal fuchsia. Okay. And then I'm just going to use, I think, how big of a brush do I want? I'm going to use an angled brush. This is a very old loved brush. I like angled brushes. I think, yeah, that's probably a good size. All right. Referring to the cardstock. Oh, you were scared to try the cardstock? Were you scared to try it because you thought it might light on fire because it's paper? Is that, April, is that why you were scared to use it? I don't know. I was like scared to put anything in my laser when I first got it. I just thought everything that I put in there was going to catch on fire, and nothing has, knock on wood. So you were afraid it was going to catch on fire? Yeah, I know what you mean. I stand back, well, I don't do it now, but I stood back with my little squirt bottle and my fire extinguisher just waiting, and knock on wood, I mean, nothing has, I've gotten a little flame before, but like nothing bad. So, all right, I'm just going to kind of divide this up where I think I'm going to want the colors to transition. And like I said, I don't care that this paint gets on this word because I'm just going to put the cardstock over top of it. So I'm going to want this first light pink color to go over about 1/3 of the way. I'm just going to try to be neat and not get this on my black backer, but I've got baby wipes handy if I do. Always have baby wipes for mess ups. You Mod Podge the paper to the wood, mask it, and then cut. Yeah, my friend Joy suggested that, like doing the paper on the wood first and then cutting it so it's like lined up perfectly. That's a great idea. But I don't think, can you mask glitter cardstock? Because I wouldn't think the masking would stick to the glitter. I would think that would be okay for regular. Am I thinking about that right? Is that what you meant? Deanna in Hobby Lobby. Deanna's asking about the cutting boards I posted earlier. Hobby Lobby has some really awesome cutting boards for sale for $8 this week. And I went and got a couple the other day for engraving. Sorry, Deanna, they are... do you know where the Ray Dunn stuff is with like the spring stuff? Have you seen that aisle where they have like some Ray Dunn, like kitchen utensils, and what else do they have? Some other, like a rolling pin. It's like, for me, it was with the spring stuff. So it's under spring sale because the tag says spring. So it's anything that says spring on the tag is on sale for whatever, I think it's 50% off. And so it makes those cutting boards $8, and they're gorgeous. They are so pretty. When you cut the cardstock, do you cut with the glitter side up or down? I cut with it up because I don't want scorch marks, and there's always some scorch on the back of mine. I mean, there just always is. It's probably, I think you're just going to have some scorch marks, but it's probably also for me because I cut so much wood that my honeycomb is pretty messy, and I clean it, and I just can't. I see people like using all kinds of products on their honeycomb and power washing it and all that stuff. I didn't even need to rinse this off, really, y'all. When you're doing ombre, you don't need to rinse it. I don't even know why I did that. I'm just used to it. I could have just dipped it right on in the next shade of pink and kept on going. I was just talking and not paying attention. So this one is going to go over about right here. If you don't have a bad problem with scorching and you think you could cut it backwards, yeah, you could totally do that. But you'd have to you'd have to mirror your word, right? Do you know what I'm saying? I swear my phone doesn't ring until I go live, and then it's just one telemarketer after another. And I always forget to cut it off. I'm so sorry. Yellow. Tracy, do you mean Totally Awesome from Dollar Tree? Because I've tried it and it does not touch my honeycomb. I just can't get my honeycomb to look any better than it looks. I don't know what it is. I'm just using a baby wipe here, y'all, just to clean up if I get any paint on my black. Yeah, the Totally Awesome is supposed to work, but I'm telling you, for me, I don't have a whole lot of luck with it. So I just do the best I can to clean my honeycomb, and it doesn't ever look clean. I mean, it must be cleaner than it is when I start, but it doesn't really ever look like. I see pictures of people whose honeycomb looks brand new when they clean it, and that's not working for me. Mine's special. Yeah, maybe. It doesn't matter though, honestly. It just, you know, it still works. I mean, eventually I'm going to have to replace it, I guess. I'm pretty rough on it because I cut a lot of blanks. But it's really, the condition of it is not as much of a concern as how much I've like stretched out some of the holes with my pins. Do y'all have that problem? Have y'all stretched out your honeycomb holes with pin and stuff down? Has anyone tried the new Dawn Power Wash? You know what? That's a good idea. I have some of that, and I have not tried that. I heard somebody mention it just the other day that works for cleaning your honeycomb. Okay, so this is what I have so far. And the colors are down, but they're not blended yet. So just got the 3 different colors. And then I'm gonna just dip my brush in some water. I'm not gonna rinse it really well. I'm just getting it wet. And then I'm gonna go back in with the middle shade of pink. And I'm just gonna kind of blend these a little bit. Just lightly start to move from the middle to the dark. Can y'all see this? And then I'm gonna dip it back in the dark, and I'm gonna do the same thing. And it's just a subtle color transition that I think is so pretty. And now I'm gonna go back to the middle color, and I'm gonna make sure that this middle has a good thick coat on it, because it really does need a second coat. You can't achieve the brand new honeycomb look either. Yeah, Regina, you are not the only one at all. It's not even close on mine. I mean, it really doesn't look any different when I clean it. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I've let it sit out in the sun when it's hot out, you know, back last summer, because I thought maybe if it sits out in the sun with some of the cleaner on it, that will help, but it didn't do anything really. So I'm just kind of back and forth, y'all, blending these colors. And I am getting a little bit of paint on the black. So I'm just wiping that off. Comes right off because that chalkboard is just nice and smooth. All right, that number looks familiar. I don't know who that is, but okay. And then I'm gonna go back to the light and I'm gonna try to get these to blend a little bit more. But you want your brush to be wet when you're trying to do the blending part. Or try to still do it while your paint is a little bit wet if you can. And it blends really pretty. This kind of paint, this Deco Art paint just blends so nicely. You've been using strong magnets to hold things in place. Yeah, Tracy, where did you get your magnets? I heard that Harbor Freight had some nice strong magnets. So I was gonna go, we have a Harbor Freight near us. I need to go up there and see if they have any. Okay, so I think that's actually pretty well blended like that. I like the way that looks. So I just need to clean this back off again because I've gotten paint on the black. Now, if that was wood, probably would not wipe off as easily as it is with this chalkboard backer, but it is just coming right off, which is really nice. Okay, so this is what it looks like now. See how pretty that is? It just kind of blends in. It's still a little rustic looking, I think, with the way the colors have a little bit of line in them, but I like that look. April says, good idea. You want to try the magnets? Yeah, the pins, I'm always breaking the pins. Okay, so the thing that I like about this project is, guess what, guys? We're done painting. I don't like to paint. I'm not a big painter. I would rather make files any day than paint. Okay, thank you, Tracy. I think she's linking the magnets that she's talking about. Is that what you're linking? Yeah, I need to go and look at Harbor Freight and see. All right, so we're gonna let that dry. I might hit it with the blow dryer here in a minute. But I need to work on my flowers. So at the top of my project, I'm gonna put some pretty flowers because it's a Valentine's Day sign and I just thought that would be pretty. I got these flowers at the Target dollar spot yesterday. So these are, the little white ones were $3 for a set of like, how many is that? 5. And then this big pink one was $3 and it's got like black in the center. I don't know what that's supposed to look like. Is that supposed to look like a poppy or a peony? I don't know what that's supposed to look like. I don't know my flowers very well, but I thought that was pretty. And I just got one of those. And okay, so let me open these up. I haven't done florals in a while, so y'all just bear with me because, you know, I'm just winging it here. I'm just doing something I thought would be pretty, something totally different that I have never done. So we're just going to see how it goes. Just some fun, relaxing crafting because we can all use that these days, right? There's too much stress going on in the world and we can all just use some Friday afternoon relaxing crafting. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I want this even, so I may not use that 5th flower. I think I'm going to take 2 flowers on one end and 2 on another. You'll see that if I move it away from the camera a little bit. So I'm going to lay them like that so they overlap slightly. And then I need to attach these. So let me see how far apart I want them in my backer. So these are going to be up here at the top with a bow in the middle. So I don't want them too far apart, but I want room for the bow and the pink flower. I think that'll probably be okay. All right. And they hurt when you get pinched in between them. Do you mean the pins? Oh, I've never done that. I've never pinched myself with a pin before. All right, I have here some clear zip ties And these are just cheapy little zip ties. I think I got them on Amazon. And I use them for crafting all the time. So I'm going to put a couple of those on here to hold these flowers together. And just make sure that they're nice and tight. All right, so there's one. And I'm going to do the other one. And I just usually do 2 on these little flower sprays. Okay, so I've got them nice and tight, just like that, okay? And I'm just going to snip off the tails. And then we're going to grab our ribbon. Sorry, that's loud. And just kind of make a little loopy bow to go on here. So I've got, this is some, where did I get this? 2.5 inch. It's not wired. Wired ribbon would probably be better, but this is not wired. This is just what I had that I thought would be pretty for Valentine's Day. So it's like grosgrain ribbon, and I think I'm just gonna do this a couple of times. Now y'all, I'm not a bow maker, okay? I'm just a crafter, and I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm just gonna make me a bow. So we're just gonna kind of make a couple of loops here and see how much I need, because I'm gonna put that flower in the middle. So I don't know if I want 3 loops or 2. I guess I'll do 3. We can always cut one off if we don't end up needing it. I guess it's better to have too much ribbon than not enough ribbon. Okay, so that's about how much I'm gonna need, plus maybe a little extra. All right. Wired? You know what? That is wired. It didn't feel wired at first. Okay, so I lied. It's wired, which is a good thing because we really need it to be wired because that's going to work better. So yeah, I just sort of overlapped it on itself a couple times, and now I'm just kind of fluffing it up some. All right, and then so I've got it in the middle here, and I'm going to do, let me do one more zip tie to hold it together. Or you can do twine. If you don't have zip ties, you can do twine for all of this. But I love using zip ties for florals. It just works really well, and it's easy. Anything quick and easy and not messy. All right, so I've got that. I'm gonna pull that tight, and then I'm gonna cut that off. So now we've just got like a little triple loop bow on each side with a space in the middle because we got to have room for that flower. All right, so that's going to go there. Oh, I should have gone ahead and put it around there. That's okay. I'll just use another zip tie for that. All right, so you could have zip tied that onto there. I should have done that. But I kind of was just thinking ahead to this flower. All right, so this flower, I'm wondering if I can just pop it off of here. I'm gonna have to cut it. And you could use some of these green, this greenery on here too. There it goes. If you wanted to. All right, so that's gonna go in the middle. Oh, that's gonna be so pretty. All right, let's get one more zip tie and attach the bow to the white flowers. So y'all comment and let me know, do you guys like to make door hangers? What kinds of things do you like to make with your laser? And what would you like to see next week for the project that we do then? Do you want to see another Valentine's Day project? So also, I did just start another line of files on my Etsy shop, that I'm calling One Sheet Wonders. And I just put a few into, put a few listings up last night. And what they are is each file will fit perfectly on a 12 by 20 sheet of 1/8 inch wood. Well, I mean, you could use 1/4 inch, I guess, but I just had been envisioning 1/8 inch wood and the 12 by 20 pieces that you can buy. So you can do an entire tiered tray file on one of those sheets. So you don't have to have a pass-through door. You don't have to rearrange anything. You don't have to use more than one sheet of wood. That's why I call them One Sheet Wonders. So I just, Galen, hey, what are you doing? Wellesley is very into this video while eating. He'll be your crafting buddy. That is adorable. So Galen is my niece and Wellesley is my great nephew. That's crazy to say that I have a great nephew, but anyway, and he is adorable. So Galen, we need to come see him. Katie's going through withdrawal. She told me the other day she must see him. So she doesn't know what your rules are right now, but she might just bust up in there with her mask on. So, okay, we've got this crazy thing put together here. Oh, so if you guys want to check out the One Sheet Wonders, if you're, you know, a beginner maybe, and you just want an easy project that you can cut out and you don't have to like move everything around, hop over there to my Etsy shop and check those out, because I've got like 3 listed. I have a Valentine's Day, a St. Patrick's Day, and a Mardi Gras. All 3 are tiered tray sets. So, okay. Cassandra, you are scared to turn your laser on? Girl, you've got to turn your laser on. You haven't turned it on yet? Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, I did remember to cut on my glue gun. This is sliding down again, y'all. I have it in a fancy schmancy mount, but it's sliding down. Okay, so I have my, am I saying okay like every 5 seconds? I have my glue gun. I'm just gonna glue my flower on. I haven't used a glue gun in a long time. I used to use my glue gun all the time. And I'm hoping that that sticks, that there's enough on there for it to stay stuck too. We shall see. Hold that on there while it dries. You really want to start making your own files, but trying to find the time to learn Adobe. I do all my designing in, what's it called, Lightburn. And actually, I also use a program that y'all probably haven't even heard of sometimes. It's called Scal or Sure Cuts a Lot, from my very, very, very old Cricut days. Back when Cricut was a cartridge machine and basically you hacked it by using Sure Cuts a Lot with it instead of cartridges. And then a couple years later, Cricut was like, no, you can't do that. And so they like sued the company that made the software and said, you can't use that with our machine. And people already had the software and had been using it for a while. So they said, okay, well, you can use it with that machine, but none of our new ones. So then they like had a big thing about that. Shay, you have Scal? See, I thought I was like the only person that used Scal. I didn't think anybody else knew what Scal was. So sometimes if I can't get what I need to do to work in Lightburn, I will hop over there because I know that program like the back of my hand. And I will still do a couple of things in there. Because Lightburn's really not even a design program. This glue is getting all over me, y'all. You love Sure Cuts a Lot, Jenny? It's so nice to see some other people who use it and know what it is. I was like, every time I mention it, people are like, what is that? Okay. There I say okay again. So we've got this all made. And I really think it would probably be pretty to put some of this greenery in, but I don't know. Maybe I'll cut these and like hot glue them in at the last minute. I think I might do that because I think that would be pretty. And that would be using all of our supplies. So using our supplies wisely, right? All right, I wonder if this is dry enough. I think it is, to Mod Podge on my cardstock. All right, so I'm gonna use just a little bit of matte, I think it's matte, just plain old Mod Podge. And plate. Oh Lord, I just got paint all over me. All right, hold on, y'all. And my trash can, where is my trash can? It's way back there. For some reason, I don't know why it's way back there. Let me get a wipe. I got paint everywhere. Regina, you could totally glue the cardstock down. I did that the other day because I couldn't find my Mod Podge. So yeah, I glued it down. That's totally fine. And again, you're not going to want cardstock sitting outside because it's not going to hold up. But this is for my house and it's a covered porch. And I'm always changing what I hang on my door, so it's not going to be out there for long. So, you know, it's a project I'm making for myself. Or you could hang it inside on your wall if you want to. Or you could just paint the word love. Which, you know, would totally work. Let's see. So I guess I will take a little brush. And my Mod Podge is probably like all gunked up because I haven't used it in forever. I might end up gluing it on if it's too gunked. Oh, there y'all. It's pretty old. It's pretty gunky. Let's see if I can dig down in there and get any out. I might have to get me some new Mod Podge. I have sparkly Mod Podge. It doesn't really matter because it's sparkly cardstock. We could use that. Videos help, but if you're like me, you'll get too into your own head. If you need support, reach out in a group. Sam, I can't see your whole comment. I'll have to read the rest of it later. This one has not been opened, but it is old because I bought it and I never used it. Okay. Can we make this one work? Yes, we can. Okay. So we are going to just brush on some of this Mod Podge onto our word love. And this doesn't matter that it's sparkly. I've never even used this sparkly Mod Podge. I guess if you're putting it on top of whatever you're doing, that would be a pretty effect. Oh, okay, Sam, sorry. I think I missed whoever asked you that question. So I'm just going to brush this on and try to stay in the lines. But yeah, you could use glue. You don't have to use Mod Podge. If you're going to use regular cardstock and you want to put a coat over top of it, then Mod Podge is probably your product of choice, because a lot of people put Mod Podge down as the glue underneath, and then they lay the paper down and then they Mod Podge over it, which is the whole like idea behind Mod Podge. And that's kind of why, I think that's why they invented it in the beginning, to be able to do that. But I'm not going to put any on top because this is glitter cardstock. Try and make sure this is still wet before I go and put my paper down. Okay. So since it's not glue, it's going to take a little while to dry. What's the weight of cardstock that you use? Have you ever cut scrapbook paper? Yes, I have actually, Regina, I've cut regular printer paper with my laser before, because I ran out of cardstock. And what I did when I was just making something fun over the holidays, so I ran out of cardstock and I thought, okay, the store's not open and I just want kind of a pattern like this. It was like a buffalo check pattern. And so I went online and I found the pattern that I wanted, and I just printed it on regular printer paper. And then I took the printer paper out and cut it in the laser, and it worked fine. The baby wipe. I'm just cleaning up. I've got a little bit of like Mod Podge here and there. Oops. See, I probably should have used glue because we're live and I need this to dry quickly, and it's not going to dry quickly with Mod Podge. So you can use either one, but it's not going to be dry. Even if I hit it with the blow dryer, I don't think Mod Podge is going to dry that quickly for y'all. So we'll just kind of keep it, you know, flat and get it put together so at least y'all can see what it looks like. I have ever tried a sticker maker or spray adhesive for the cardstock. I have a sticker maker. Sam, I have a little, what is it called? Xyron, I think is the name of it, sticker maker. Yeah. You could do that. All right. So then this is going to lay on here on our backer. It's going to be so pretty. Oh, I'm so excited about this. And now if you wanted to, you guys, you can always like etch the circle lightly onto your backer so you know exactly where to put your circle down when you do it. I do that a lot of times when I'm making door hangers. Whatever attachments I'm putting on, I'll etch the shape underneath it. And if you know, do y'all know how to do an inset? So like there's offset, I call it offset and inset. I think those are the right words. So if you put the lines slightly inside, then you won't see them when you lay down whatever attachment you're putting down. I do that a lot when I'm doing door hangers. Okay, so I don't want to flip this. I kind of don't want to flip it over because it's not dry, but I guess I have to if I'm going to put glue on it. This glue will work for this, but you could probably also do wood glue because this is a glossy surface. I would probably do wood glue, but wood glue takes a while to dry. So I'm going to go ahead and do the stick fast on here. And plus, because I think my wood glue is probably as gunked up as that first bottle of Mod Podge because I haven't used it in a while. Okay, so, and I am not up over this project to see that I'm getting it on here straight. So I'm going to do the best I can to get it centered and straight. But luckily the word love is not straight on here, so I think it'll be okay. All right, now that would dry really quick on regular wood, but again, because this backer is glossy, it's the whiteboard, I don't know how long that's gonna take to dry. So we are gonna not mess with that too much here for a moment. And I'm gonna show you, I wanna lift this up and let y'all see it here. At least we'll turn it around so you can kind of see what it looks like, but I don't want it to slide around. So that's what it looks like right now, and I absolutely love it. I just think that ombre is so pretty. But what I want to show you is how I do my door hanger, my wire hangers. Okay, so let me grab the wire. Here, I need to put this back on here in case I need it so it stays hot. Hang on one second. Okay, so I use really thick gauge wire. Regina, I don't know my paper settings. I'm sorry. I have them all in my library, which is on my computer that's out in the garage where my laser is. So I don't have them in front of me, but mine are probably going to be different from yours anyway because I have a Thunder laser. So I'm just going to grab a big piece of wire. Not a big piece, a small piece of wire. This wire, y'all, it's 17 gauge, and I get it at Tractor Supply because I have a Tractor Supply right around the corner from me. So... and I just went and grabbed my husband's big old like wire cutter plier things because I can't find mine. I have a little set, but I think my daughter has them. Okay, is it Vania? Am I saying your name right? I got it at the Tractor Supply in my my little town. Okay, so I just feed that up through the back, and this piece is probably, I don't know, 15 inches. So I feed it up through the back, and I have these pieces kind of sticking up through the top here. And then, can y'all see that? And then I just take, I normally use this little bitty pair of pliers that I think work so much better. But this is all I have at the moment. I don't think I have my little ones. I don't see them. So then I just twist it down. I grab it, and this is where the little ones work better because they make smaller circles. I don't like my circle to be quite so big. I'm gonna have to like fix it with my fingers. Poke myself with the wire. But yeah, you just twist it down to curl your wires. I'm gonna have to find out where my daughter put my little, I have little just the little pair wire snips that you use for like jewelry making. Okay, so I'm going to try to use the very tip so I can get not a gigantic circle spiral thing. So I just sort of wind that down like that, and then I just sort of push it down. And again, this is not going to be the prettiest because I don't have the right tool right now. Your laser is 80 watt. Oh, okay. Mine's 100 watt. I'll put them in the, I'll put the settings in the comments. Yeah, I can't remember. Are you asking about for the cardstock? I think that's what you asked me about. I'll put it in the comments when I get done with the video. So now I've got my little hanger, okay? So you can just hang that on the front of your door. And then I always staple gun my, my ribbons and flowers and things. I staple them on there. If you want to try to fasten them to those, like through those holes with zip ties or twine or wire, just to not have extra holes in your door hanger, you can. But I just have always done it this way. I've ever since I come from the door hanger world, as far as like, that's what brought me to having a laser, was that I was cutting door hangers out with a jigsaw. So that's what I normally do, is I just staple it on. It's just quick and easy. It works. And if you ever change it, you're going to cover it back up with the new bow anyway, or at least that's what I usually do. So I just lay it on here, and then I sort of reach up under. I got my big staple gun, and I just do one on each side. Like that. Okay, so again, this is probably not dry, so I'm afraid to lift it up too much. I'm gonna try to though. So this is what it looks like. Let me hold it in case it tries to slide down on me. So yeah, that's our little door hanger for Valentine's Day. Isn't that cute? Thank you, Cassandra. I really love it. I just think it's so much fun. And this whiteboard, I mean, that is so easy. If I wasn't talking this whole time, I could just knock this out in no time. I mean, this would have been super easy, especially if you go ahead and just paint your wood before, or if you don't do anything fancy like a pattern, like an ombre, you know, finish or something, you just paint it a color, then you could knock it out in no time. And you could do something cute, like you could do polka dots on the heart, or a buffalo check pattern, or stripes. You could also take cardstock, like I think it'd be really cute to do pink buffalo check cardstock and Mod Podge that on the heart, and then still do the love in the gold. I think that would be really, really pretty. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, well, thank y'all for watching. I really enjoyed making this project with you today. And if you have any questions, just feel free to still comment, and I'll go back and check the comments, and I'll try to link anything y'all asked about. But any of the products, you can go to my website, and I have a supply list there. And the file is in the comments as well. And I think I put it in the title of the video. So, okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye.